Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Welcome to all devotees. Now we start today's Bhagwatam class. Yes, you are speaking. Please speak. What do you speak? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiret Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki. Hare Krishna Dandot Pranam. Now we continuing chapter 17. Description of the Varnashram system. Srimad Bhagwatam Canto 11 Shloka from 13 to 22. Viprakshatriya Vitashudraha Mukha Bahu Rupa Bahu Apadjaha Vairajat Purushat Jataha Yah Atma Achara Lakshanaha Gruha Ashrama Jaganata Brahmacharyam Hruda Mama Vakshasthalat Vanevasa Sannyasa Shirasi Stita Varnanam Ashramanam Cha Jalma Bhumi Anusarini Asan Prakriti Andrunam Niche Nicha Uttama Uttamaha Shama Dama Tapa Shaucham Santosha Kshanti Arjavam Mad Bhakti Chadaya Satyam Brahma Prakrutaya Tu Imaha Teja Balam Dhruti Shauryam Titiksha Audaryam Uddamaha Stairyam Brahmanyam Aishwaryam Kshetra Prakrutaya Tu Imaha Astikyam Dana Nishtacha Damba Brahma Sevanam Atushtihi Artha Upachehi Vaishya Prakrutaya Tu Imaha Shushrushanam Dvija Gavam Devanam Chapi Mayaya Devanam Chapi Mayaya Tatra Labdena Santosha Shudra Prakriti Tu Imaha Ashaucham Anutram Steyam Nastikam Shukshka Vigraha Kama Krodha Tarsha Chaha Sa Bhava Anti Avasainam Ahimsa Satyam Asteyam Akama Krodha Lobhata Bhuta Priya Hita Ihacha Dharma Ayam Sarvavarnika Dvitiyam Prapya Anupurvyata Jalma Upanayanam Dvija Vasana Gurukule Danta Brahma Adidiyeta Cha Ahut. Translation and purport by the Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In Treta Yuga, the four social orders were manifested from the universal form of personality of Godhead. The Brahmanas appeared from the Lord's face, the Kshatriyas from the Lord's arm, the Vaishyas from the Lord's thighs, and the Shudras from the legs of that mighty form. Each social division was recognized by its particular duties and behavior. The married order of life appeared from the loins of my universal form, and the celibate students came from my heart. The forest dwelling retired order of life appeared from my chest, and the renounced order of life was situated within the head of my universal form. The various occupational and social divisions of human society appeared according to inferior and superior nature manifest in the situation of the individual's birth. Peacefulness, self-control, austerity, cleanliness, satisfaction, tolerance, simple straightforwardness, devotion to me, mercy and truthfulness are the natural qualities of the Brahmanas. Dynamic power, bodily strength, determination, heroism, tolerance, generosity, great endeavor, steadiness, devotion to the Brahmanas, and leadership are the natural qualities of the Kshatriyas. Faith in Vedic civilization, dedication to charity, freedom from hypocrisy, service to the Brahmanas, and perpetually desiring to accumulate more money are the natural qualities of the Vaishyas. Service without duplicity to the Brahmanas, cows, demigods, and other worshipable personalities and complete satisfaction with whatever income is obtained in such service are the natural qualities of Shudras. Dirtiness, dishonesty, thievery, faithlessness, useless quarrel, lust, anger, and anchoring constitute the nature of those in the lowest position outside the Varnashram system. Non-violence, truthfulness, honesty, desire for the happiness and welfare of all others, and freedom from lust, anger, and greed constitute duties for all members of society. The twice born member of society achieves second birth through the sequence of purificatory ceremonies culminating in Gayatri initiation. Being summoned by a spiritual master, he should reside within the Guru's ashrama and with self-controlled mind carefully the Vedic literature. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki there are two classes of brahmachari life. The Naistiki brahmachari remains celibate throughout life, whereas the Upakuravan brahmachari marries upon finishing his student life. One who remains perpetually celibate is situated within the heart of Lord Krishna. But those brahmacharis who eventually marry are situated within the line of the universal form of the Lord. The word Vanevasa refers to Vanaprastha or the retired order of life, which is situated on the chest of the Lord. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the Brahmanas and sannyasis being situated on the head of the universal form of the Lord are considered to be the most qualified, whereas the Shudras and Grihasthas being on the legs and loins of the personality of Godhead are considered to be in the lowest position. A living entity is born with a certain amount of intelligence, beauty, and social opportunity, and he is therefore situated in a particular occupational and social position within the Varnashram system. Ultimately, such positions are external designations, but since the majority of human beings are conditioned by the external energy of the Lord, they should act according to the scientific Varnashram division until they reach the stage of Jivan Mukta or liberated life. Tushtihi Artho Upachayi indicates that a Vaishya is never satisfied with any amount of wealth and always want to accumulate more. On the other hand, he is Danishta or dedicated to charitable work. Brahma Sevi, always engaged in assisting the Brahmanas, and Adamba, free from hypocrisy. This is due to the astikyam or complete faith in the Vedic way of life and confidence that one will be rewarded or punished in the next life for one's present activities. The fervent desire of the Vaishyas to accumulate wealth is not the same as ordinary material greed because it is purified and tempered by the superior qualities mentioned in this verse. When the entire social order is functioning properly according to Vedic standards, everyone is happy and satisfied. Although the Shudras are to be satisfied with the whatever income they obtain through their service, they never lack the necessities of life because the other orders of society, such as Kshatriyas and Vaishyas, are required to be abundantly generous. And the Brahmanas are well known for being the most merciful of all. Therefore, if all social classes obey the Vedic injunction, there will be a new and blissful life for the entire human society under the guidance of Krishna consciousness. Here the Lord describes those who reside outside the scientific social system called Varnashram. In Europe and America, we have practically observed that the standards of cleanliness are abominable even among so-called educated educated person. Going without bathing and the use of indecent language are common. In the modern age, people whimsically speak whatever they like, dispensing with all authority, and there is therefore very little truthfulness or true wisdom. Similarly, in both the capitalist and communist countries, everyone is busily engaged in stealing and robbing from everyone else in the name of business, taxation, or outright crime. People are not confident of the kingdom of God nor of their own eternal nature, and thus their faith is very weak. Moreover, since modern human beings are not very interested in Krishna consciousness, they constantly quarrel, bicker, and fight over completely insignificant issues relating to the material body. Thus, at the slightest provocation, there are huge wars and massacres. Lust, anger, and anchoring have become practically unlimited in Kali Yuga. The symptoms and characteristics mentioned here can be evidently observed throughout the world. Wherever people have fallen away from the varnashram system because of sinful habits such as animal killing, illicit sex, intoxication, and gambling, the great majority of human beings have come chandals or untouchables. The word Sarvavarnik indicates that the above mentioned principles constitute general piety which should be observed by all members of society, even those outside the Varnashram system. We practically find that even in societies that have fallen away from the Varnashram system, the above mentioned principles are honored and encouraged. Such principles do not constitute a specific path of liberation, but are perennial virtues in human society. The term Vija or twice born here indicates the three superior classes, namely Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas, who all receive the Gayatri mantra, which signifies their second birth through spiritual initiation. One's first birth is biological or seminal and does not necessarily indicate that one is intelligent or enlightened. A young Brahmana boy is, if qualified, may be initiated with Gayatri mantra at the age of 12 and Kshatriyas and Vaishyas a few years later. In order to become enlightened with spiritual knowledge, the boy resides within the Gurukula or ashrama of the spiritual master. The International Society for Krishna Consciousness has established similar Gurukulas all over the world and is issuing a great call to civilized human beings to arrange for the proper education of their children. Every young boy and girl should learn to be self-control and should become enlightened through study of authorized Vedic literature. In this way, unlike ordinary animals, insects, fish, and birds, etc., an enlightened human being may take birth twice and thus become perfect in the knowledge that leads to ultimate liberation. The word anupurvyat, anupurvyat in this verse indicates the system of sanskaras or purificatory rites beginning with the Garbhadan Sanskara or the purification of the sexual act. Generally, Shudras and those who do not follow the Vedic system are not attracted to such purificatory ceremonies. Therefore, they remain ignorant of spiritual life and envious of the bona fide spiritual master. Those whose character has been civilized by a systematic cleansing process give up the tendency to be argumentative and whimsical and instead become submissive and eager to learn in the presence of a bona fide spiritual master. Thus end the purport prayer. Om Agyanati Mirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Sri Gurave Nama Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guroho Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavancha Sri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan सगणललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांच नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात देशतारिणे वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण दंडोत प्रणाम. We continuing Srimad Bhagwatam canto 11 chapter 17 description of the varnashram system. We understand from this chapter how varnashram system created. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna told, my guna karma vibhagasha, make Krishna create according to the gun and karma. There are 4 varnas and 4 ashramas, and Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra, how their qualities, characteristics, and how their duties, all these explained in this chapter, in these shlokas today. We know according to um, our nature, or according to our varna, or we can do our duty. Otherwise, no value to doing others' duty. That also we understand. And so when we do our duty according to our nature, then we may progress in our devotional service, and we able to go to abode of the Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Vancha kalpatarubhecha kripa sindhubheva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji will tell you in detail.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So thank you very much, Mataji. Just look at what Krishna is saying. Ahimsa satyam te ayam kama krodha lobhata bhuta priya hi te aha tadharma ayam sarva varnika. Krishna is emphasizing on few aspects: non-violence, truthfulness, honesty, desire for the happiness and welfare of all others, and freedom from lust and anger and greed. It constitutes duties of all members of society. Sarva Varnika. Sarva Varnika means it is applying to all the Varnas in the Varnashrama system. So see again yesterday we saw how all the Varnas have come from Krishna himself. And there's a very good shloka in Bhagavad Gita regarding this particular aspect as well, which Mataji was talking. So here now what Krishna is saying, that irrespective of the Varna that you have or that you are belonging to, you have to follow these aspects. Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Coming.
Yeah, sorry. Mataji, you were talking about one shloka. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. I think I missed something. So, yeah, now I got it back. Yeah. So, here we see that irrespective of the Varna, Krishna is saying that you need to have these 5 things. First and foremost is very easy, non-violence. So what does non-violence means? It means not doing violence. So when Krishna, or when we ask the teachers about what is violence, the Shastras say speaking anything other than Krishna Katha or glorifying anything else other than Krishna is violence. So what non-violence means is that we should always be kirtaniya sada hari. The moment we are using our tongue to think of anything else, talk of anything else, it is violence. Second aspect is truthfulness. So what truthfulness means? That we understand our eternal position, we understand our identity. And the moment we understand our identity as a spirit soul, which is part and parcel of Krishna, whose eternal duty is serving Krishna, there is no question of any ego which we'll have. We'll understand that we do not possess anything. So then there will be no deceit in our life. Because generally, deceit is resorted to gain material benefits. So the moment you understand that whatever benefits you're talking about are all temporary and they don't belong to you, you will never go after them. And thus truthfulness will be established. Honesty, the third aspect. Why honesty? Because we need to be very really understanding about what our position is. And honestly, we have to try to ensure that we go on this path of self-realization and achieve the ultimate objective of our life, which is Krishna Prem. And that is how honesty gets established. Next two are very important. First is desire for happiness and welfare of all others. Now, where does the happiness reside? When we understand that happiness, Sat, Chit, Anand is Golok Vrindavan. So, the moment we want to think of anyone's happiness or welfare, what we are thinking about is how they can be taken back home, back to Godhead. And that requires us to follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's order, Jare Dekho Tare Kaho, Krishna Upadesh. And the fifth one is to be free from lust, anger, and greed. Now, these three are the aspects, elegy, lust, anger, and greed, which brings about a downfall and attachment in this material world. And so we should strive to get out of it. So how do we get the freedom? By ensuring that we chant seriously minimum 16 rounds, by reading of the scriptures, by ensuring that we are in association of the devotees, by doing deity worship, deity services, by taking only Krishna Prasad, diet, and engaging ourselves in service to deities and the devotees. And that is the way we can get freedom from lust, anger, and greed. So these are the principles that we need to honor and encourage, and that is why it is important. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhescha kripa sindhubhaya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo